สูงใช่ป่ะมันก็ว่าอย่างนั้นแหละเพราะว่ามันอยากทำเองตั้งแต่ต้นแล้วใช่ป่ะ
เราทำที่เดินแหกเดี๋ยวจะแบ่งให้เขาเป็นเรื่องของตัวเองเลยสอนให้เราขอให้หาได้ให้เรียนไม่ขึ้น
ทำยังไงที่ให้โปรแกรมการเรียนมัน
ไม่ขึ้นยังไง
เรียนมาปรับในการที่ชื่อคุณเมย์ที่น่าสนใจ
อะไรอยู่เรียนดีโอเคให้เรียนดี
ติดอะไรนะติดมันไปบ่ายแล้วพี่
ต้องงานมาที่เรานั่นเดี๋ยว
เดี๋ยวบอกว่าไม่ใช่พูดอะไรพูดอะไรเอาอะไร
จะมาแก้จุดเลย
ใช่ถ้าเธอไม่รู้สึกเป็นคนพูดไม่ออกเลยใช่ของรู้ของก็อย่างที่จะพูดเหรอถ้าเขาพูดไปรู้แต่ว่าจะให้เราขึ้นมาเองไม่ได้รู้แค่
What can we do? Let's start with me. What can I do as a teacher? What should I have done to make it more interesting or easier to learn English? This is important for future programs. Anybody? Please? Share?
เอาเลยคะแนนกัน
ก็จะได้แล้ว
อ๋อคะแนนได้ไง
Tell mom, what could I have done better?
เรียนจันทา the first
โอเค
จันทา
Have some idea to share to teacher before teacher go back to this.
What
Have some idea.
could I have done? Seriously. What would have made this class more interesting?
For me, I think I really like the way you test. We have because we don't need to have the natural English. We have a conversation and we have a more vocabulary and we have a more talking. I think this can help us to improve this more better than before.
Okay, so would you have wanted more vocabulary, more conversation?
Yes, and yes, like just through way vocabulary and talking. I think this way can make the people to practice and improve this more.
Would you want more vocabulary, more talking using the vocabulary?
Yeah, because if we don't have a vocabulary, we cannot talking, right? That's why I think.
So the words that we learn,
that through vocabulary.
use them.
Yes.
Okay, so more vocabulary and talking using the vocabulary we went over, we learned. Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's important.
Yes.
Sometimes I didn't do that, I know. Anything else?
for me teacher
Yeah.
to have a small group one day for example you have 20 students today you set a small group about 10 students to practice to speak with teacher for everything about 15 minutes. And tomorrow a small group.
Here's John. Good morning.
John,
What
John, how are you?
Excuse me,
Good
teacher.
morning.
How are you, teacher? I worry about you.
Well, why? From kid, for teacher Suzanne to Tapsara, teacher Suzanne's going to America. I thought I would teach next week. But yesterday the doctor decided they will do 3 more operations on Wednesday. So, one deal. Like hernia, huh? So,
About?
hernia. Do you know hernia?
วันนี้เราเนี่ย
hernia เป็นแบบนี้ดู ข้างในนี้มีพลมวลเล่นเทนนิสแบบนี้บางครั้งจะคอฟฟี่แล้วก็นี่จะเมาตัวนี้กับ
We don't worry about that.
So I have 3
แล้วว่า
hernias.
อะไรวะมาผืดเหรอ
มันไม่ติดต้องมันก็เลย
Oh, no close.
นึกออกปะแปลไม่ถูกมันเปิด
ข้างหน้า
เออ
นี้
เออใช่ป่ะ
มีคนม้วนแน่แบบนี้
มันเป็นตะข่ายด้วยนะ
บางครั้งจะคอฟฟี่อันนี้แล้วก็
มันเปิดมันฉีกประมาณนั้นเอง
ไม่ทำไมต้องผ่าตัด
มันก็ไปยังไง
วันเดียวถ้าดรบอกว่าไม่สอนหนังสืออีก1 อาทิตย์ so then I will come and teach and teacher Eddie is coming so I'm sorry next I don't know when Eddie will come but maybe 1 more month so students I was going to teach you next week but the doctor said no I want you to wait 1 more week we do operation again 3 and then I will come and teach So next week, no class. This one okay
Not worry about us.
I chat low
แต่ชัดเลยแล้วบอก
I can see very well now
You can see a beautiful flower.
yes beautiful
You can see a very.
Let's go to this problem.
no only 1 week because I want to come back good morning how are you Rob
I am fine.
only next week no class next week then I will teach and we need to plan outing
โอเคก็ตอนนี้ก่อนเนี่ย
Good morning. Don't worry.
อยู่น้องไปวันเดียวครับ
ไม่
น
ต้อ
อง น
รีเลทอะไรรีแลกซ์ของข้างนอน2 weeks is okay
I don't want operation this one I want my so that thing oh หล่อมาก all right so next week no class students then I will teach okay
No class. Don't worry about our teacher.
If they wanted to go to next door, should they or should they not?
Students, if you want to study with the other teachers, please ask them, Tambon Papa, Marian Gapkundai, Teacher John Mayu, ask them if they say okay, okay. But otherwise, sometimes not the same level, make it difficult for the teacher. But if you want to study with them, today when the teachers come out, you can tell them 1 week we have no teacher. Can we study also with your class? I think they will say yes. Okay? But always better to ask the teacher. Otherwise it can cause problem of, oh, all right? So I'm sorry I can't come next week. I already start a list of words for you.
Brother John?
Yes, I'm fine.
What we're doing is an evaluation today. I want them to tell me what I could have done better and what they need is.
Okay.
Okay with you?
Yep,
Yeah.
Good.
That's the only way I'll improve.
Good.
All right,
Okay.
guys, so
Take care of yourself.
Yes, I am. So only next week then I will be teaching again.
โอเค
And there are more teachers and we'll go on an outing together.
โอเค
Teacher. Small group to have an small group to have an outing.
ร่างกายน่าเรียนเนี่ยที่เราเรียน
ผมว่าที่น่าจะเรียน
To have an outing
ไม่ครั้งนี้อยู่ที่
and
น้องลองนั่งกับพี่น้องลองนั่งกับสองแขน
Okay, now,
ไปอยู่ในอาทิตย์แล้วหลังจากนั้น
this is very good. This is very good. What are the other students going to do?
small group of work for students to go to outing for some place to practice to learn about how to talk, how to know about the history of the some place and how to.
Okay, tell me how you would do it. You would do it outside, you would go with students outside, or in here?
Outside.
Okay.
Outside.
Well, what would the other students be doing? They have no teacher.
ที่หมายถึงนอกเวลาใช่ไหม
No trees. Ask the car.
ชีบิน
That's asking a lot of its teacher. That's asking.
If you have a free class for
That's making, talking for other teachers that I can't talk about. You know what I'm saying? This is hard work. This is not easy to be a teacher because you're always thinking, always thinking, always thinking, always thinking. And at the end of 2 hours, it's, this isn't easy.
Not
It's
good.
not easy. to always have to be thinking. And teachers need like a break. This is why, I don't know, here in Thailand, and once again, in the United States, teachers during the course of the day have an hour off, or maybe 2 hours off, to think and to plan.
Not easy.
Not easy. This is not easy. It is easier, this is harder work, in my opinion, for a class that's advanced than for next door or beginning to read a book. You know what I mean? You have to be creative. You have to always be thinking, how can I make the next thing interesting? And we have no books here for upper level. All we have is lower level. You see? They need books that are more advanced with ideas and for students.
One alternative,
You know what I mean?
one alternative for to make better improve this
All
program.
right, maybe we could do it twice a month with a few students, maybe a teacher could do it. You would have to ask them. You would have to ask them. But that's a good idea. Because then, no, you're right, Matt. Because then you actually use the information. You know, you use the information. It's not sitting in class and, okay, but it's practical.
Practical.
It's like if you're going to be a carpenter, if you're going to be a construction worker, make a building, you can learn how to make the building in the class, but if you have to go out and you have to build it. And it's the same way here, you have to go out and use it. But I think this is good. Okay.
We can
Yeah. Okay.
learning English through invitation.
พี่โน้รู้ไหม
ไม่มีไม่ครับไม่มีเวลาไปทำ
Okay, talking to others outside the class. It's okay. Oh, I think this is good.
Good idea.
Then
It's a very good idea. How you would do it would be, you just have to think a little. There's nothing wrong in that. What else? Robert, how do you think a teacher could have made the class better for you? I need to know.
Because tonight I think work is short work give for teacher. Because I think it very much cannot do work. I think give work for teacher.
What?
แต่ว่าอะไร
นี่คำถามข้างบนนู่นต้องตอบคำถาม
นู่นก่อน
คำตอบว่าถามอะไร ให้เราว่าเมื่อคืนเราถามอะไรมาฮะ
ไม่ใช่
ทำยังไงให้เรียนภาษาอังกฤษมันดีขึ้นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยความหมาย
แนะนำครูว่าไงครูว่าเอาให้จะเสนอให้
อ๋อแล้วครูครูสอนเราแนะนำเขาเหรอ
เราต้องการอะไร
คำถามก็ตอบ
I want practice saying it
เต้ทอกอีกมอทอกอีก
Talking more?
พอแล้วงั้นทอกอีกมอพอแล้ว
More conversation?
เราคิดเป็นคนละอย่างกันหมด
Okay, more conversation. That's
ไอ้นั่น
the
เวคาโนนี่มันขับเวิร์กไม่ใช่เหรอ
conversation.
มอคือเวคาโนนี่
Conversation. Anybody else?
ช่วยกันนิดนึง
Play music.
อะไรนะ
Play music. I would like to
Oh, you
start
want music? You want background music?
on the newspapers, newspaper report. Yes, I would like to know the American CNN or for understand newspaper headline news.
Okay, we tried that a couple times. That's a lot of work. And you didn't want, and some people didn't like it as much. But I think you're right. Newspapers should have exercises reading a paper. You're right. Comprehension means understanding.
Reading for comprehension.
Yeah, newspapers, I agree with you. I think newspapers are very important. That's hard work, because the words they use are fancy sometimes, but that's okay.
No,
Newspapers.
no, but I live by internet.
I like newspapers.
Yes. No problem. I live by internet. Okay.
What else? Supan, what else? You guys are young, you are beginning your lives. So we should be gearing, we should be putting more attention on you guys. Because you're beginning your life. You know?
Sometimes you write up vocabulary and you explain about it. And sometimes your conversation, two-person stay in the conversation.
So you want people to learn a vocabulary word and then talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good.
Okay, one is
ที่เราแจกฟรีอยากถ้าไม่มีคงเรียนได้เรียนมีเพื่อนอยู่อะไรไม่ได้
I think that's a good one, Supan. I think that's excellent. Because until you do something or speak it or read it, you really don't learn it. You have to be able to repeat it. What else, guys?
maybe we can use for you can give for the easy topic to the student to talking. It's okay, ma'am.
I think
Yes, that's easy
I
topic.
think what I did do, and I should have done, insisted that I would give a topic,
Yeah, easy.
something to talk about, and that you would have at night to actually work on it. We didn't do that. I said, go ahead and prepare something, and then the next day, nothing. You guys have to also work with a teacher. You have to put some effort into it, not just have the teacher put all the effort, all the time and work. You guys have to too. You know? You have to put work into it. What do you think, Doc?
movie
Huh?
learn from the movies
Movie.
movie
See the movie.
Movies in class?
yes
I get DVD.
Movies in class?
Yes.
I think we tried that once, and then we didn't know how to use the equipment, so we have to have somebody that knows how to use the machines.
I get
You know how-
I get DVD.
But we need a laptop where you can actually use them. We have to find a
I
serve pad.
buy new DVD.
Okay, what else? Because we're gonna leave today 10:30 early. Okay, what else?
Practice to listen. Practice to listen. Listen from the DVD. To listen the news from the DVD and
Okay.
try to get the main idea
Okay.
and summarize what you.
Listen to news broadcasts. Yes, I think that's important. listen to news broadcasts.
แล้วไอ้มันอยู่ไหนการมันอยู่ไหน
Rainbow, what we're talking about is what I could have done as a teacher to make this more interesting or better ways to teach. What could we do to make this interesting? Because I'll be teaching again, someplace in the world, and I need to know what students need. What do you think? Be honest.
And sometimes we have to change the place to learn. Maybe go outside somewhere, outing, like outing.
That's what Matt said too. What would you do on an outing?
I had some experience before.
Okay, tell us.
For Asal Foundation,
For what?
we went to the Chatuchak,
To where?
Chatuchak Park, and yes, and we look around, and we have one topic.
Oh, and to talk to people. So in other words, we could go, let's just say Lumpini Park, for example.
Travel place.
Or a mall or something. You mean to ask people questions in English? Give me an example. I think that's good. I think that's great, but I don't know how to do it.
Yes.
How would you do it?
Talk around in the park, and when we found what do we would like to explain about that things.
Okay, so change location.
For example, bar for exercise, and how do we feel, how do we want to do for that thing.
Or not necessarily come here at 9 o'clock, but say if you wanted an outing to go at 1 o'clock and to go to a museum or to go to a mall or to go someplace. Doesn't have to be 9 to 11. It could be one day you change the time and go someplace else and sit and talk.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay, that's good.
It's important to go outside. Talking English is important.
Make sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Like you would go outside, go out of class, the classroom, to have a class and discuss what you see or talk to others. For instance, if you went to the park, you could say, oh, this is all the exercise equipment, the bird, you know, what would you do here? That? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think it's excellent.
Because we have to learn natural English.
I think that's a good idea. So actually put it into use. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? That's important. Feel.
นี่ยังไม่มีอะไร
Would you want to have your own vocabulary lists copies of vocabulary lists that you have to look up on the internet, on your cell phone, and then come in and use them? You put some work into this and come in with vocabulary and sentences that you've created? What do you think? Now, what do you think? No, what do you think? No, what do you think?
หัวข้อเรื่องอะไร ก็ถามอะไร
ว่าจะให้เขาสอนภาษาอังกฤษให้เรายังไงดี
ผมไม่ต้องนะอยู่กับบ้าน
ไม่ใช่ก็ถามที่ไหนบอกนะแล้วเรารู้อะไรอยู่แบบคือเรา
อาจารย์บอกว่าไม่ตรงๆได้เราเรียนวางไว้
เขาไม่เข้าใจไม่เข้าใจ
การกับผมอยู่ไหน
คือเลยคนก็เสนอใช่ไหมเสนอเดี๋ยวต้องการก็ทำไรว่างจะเรียนภาษาอั
No,
งกฤษ
what do you think?
อันนี้เสนอว่าไปแถว
I like to learn from the newspaper the heading of the newspaper I look at the TV every morning sometimes I am not understand the heading
Okay, we only did that a couple times. That's hard work. And you all have to be willing to do it. In other words,
ไปพาดหัวภาษาอังกฤษยาก
yeah, that you have
ไป
to
พาดหัว
do.
ภาษาอังกฤษหนังสือพิมพ์มันยากนะ
That you have to be
โอ้
willing to
นี่
do.
สาวสวยอันนี้สาวสวยเลย
เปิดสูตร
กระโปรงเปิด
เปิดฟิ
ก
ฟ
ระโปรง
ที
เปิดมาไม่เป็นทักเลยเปิดเลย
นี่ผู้ชายอย่างนี้ดูผู้ชายนะ ไม่มองหญิงแค่มองชายเชียว
Look like 18 again
ทีเด็ด16
คุณดู
งง
วันนี้พี่สิ
ถูกอย่านั่งใกล้เนียนจันทา
ไม่มองหรอกพอสิ
โอ้ท่านเพราะว่าไม่มองหญิงนะมองชาย
What would you like to say?
เรื่องอะไรนะ
Changed it.
For me, I think we should listen, speaking and writing.
More writing
Yes, more writing.
with vocabulary words?
Yes, too.
15 คน
คนมาเมื่อวานพาคนมาจับเลยอยู่ล่างเลือดแบบนี้ว่าสลบถูกไปพันทราบไปชั้นก่อนทีหน้าเขียนให้เขาฟังไหมนี่แอบทานชิมแล้วก็
That's why I'm punching. I think that's good.
ต้องรอไม่ได้ลูกแบบนี้น่าจะเอาพวกนี้ไปใช้กับพวกเราไม่ลูกชิ้นปีนลูก5 บาทนะ
Okay,
เออ
we're,
ลูกก็แค่50
okay, from what I'm gathering on this is vocabulary. That students need to use more vocabulary and be responsible for working with that vocabulary. Is that what I'm hearing? That when you have vocabulary words that are used in class, that are given, that you all should be able to write sentences, you all should be able to answer back with a sentence. Not just somebody that, I know this is for fun. I know this is for fun for many of you. Well, probably with the exception of our monks, for all of you. But the more work you put into it, the better it becomes for you. So I don't know if this is how you want a class run. I know this for my next class, I will do this.
You mean here, this here?
No. But this is what I get from you, that this is how it should be run. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Help me.
Right.
Oh, hang on, I